All right, let's dive right in. We're here today to talk about something absolutely critical for our success heading into 2026, creating a powerful, practical roadmap for a total finance transformation. So let's get right to the heart of it with a question for everyone in this room. Looking ahead to 2026, is our finance team a strategic engine pushing the business forward, or is it a back office anchor just kind of weighing us down? Seriously, how we answer this will define our competitive edge. And you know what? We're not alone in asking this. The data shows this huge gap between what companies want to do and what they actually get done. A full 80% of companies are planning a major transformation, but a staggering 70% of them admit their projects are moving way slower than they expected. This isn't a failure of vision, not at all. It's a failure of execution. So the real question is, how do we build a plan that actually works? To avoid that execution trap, it all starts with a crystal clear shared vision. We have to fundamentally shift how we think about the finance department. We need to move it from being just a cost center to being a true value creator for the entire company. So what are we really talking about when we say finance transformation? Well, at its core, it means we're reimagining everything: our operations, our processes, our technology, and our people. The goal here isn't just to be a little more efficient. It's about building a finance function that's agile and drives fundamentally better, smarter business decisions across the board. But listen, this can't just be some abstract idea. We have to measure our success with cold, hard numbers. The key performance indicators, our KPIs, have to focus on real-world outcomes. We're talking about significant cost reduction, much faster cycle times, and a way higher automation rate. But even more important are things like nailing our forecast accuracy and seeing the business actually use the insights our team generates. These are the metrics that really matter. Okay, so we know what success looks like. The next logical question is, how do we get there? That brings us to the implementation roadmap. Think of this as our practical, step-by-step guide to get from where we are today to where we need to be, a future-ready finance function. Now, this 7-step journey follows a very specific order, and the sequence here is absolutely crucial. You have to start by being brutally honest about where you are right now, assessing your current state. Only then can you define a realistic vision. That vision then lets you build a powerful business case, which informs how you design your new operating model. See? It's only after all that groundwork is laid that you start talking about technology and upskilling your people. And the whole thing is wrapped in a continuous cycle of measuring and optimizing. And when we talk about that technology piece, let's be smart about it. A successful rollout is always done in phases. You can't just jump straight to the buzzwords like AI. Phase 1 is all about building a rock-solid foundation, getting your cloud infrastructure and your data house in order. Once that's done, you move to Phase 2, where you can really scale automation effectively while you're training your teams. This is what sets you up to truly harness the power of AI and predictive analytics in Phase 3. But remember, technology is only half the battle. We have to invest just as much, if not more, in building a digital-first finance workforce. This means teaching new skills, not just data analytics and AI, but real business strategy. We need our people to evolve from being number crunchers into being true strategic partners for the business. Now, let's be realistic. Executing a transformation on this scale, overhauling technology, reskilling an entire workforce, that is a massive undertaking. It requires a kind of deep, specialized expertise that we might not have in-house. And that's exactly why so many companies partner with industry leaders like WNS, Deloitte, and EY. They bring the experience needed to navigate the complexity and, frankly, to help us avoid the common mistakes. Of course, any great plan has to anticipate the roadblocks. Proactively managing risk isn't just a good idea, it's non-negotiable. We have to identify what could go wrong before it does, and have a clear strategy to make sure new tools and processes are actually adopted across the organization. Here are some of the most common barriers we're likely to face, along with proven ways to tackle them. Got clunky old legacy systems? A phased cloud migration is the answer. That inevitable resistance to change? You need a strong change management program led from the very top. Skills gaps and data silos? We'll tackle those with targeted upskilling and centralized data governance. The point is, we're going into this with our eyes wide open. So, what's the ultimate payoff for all this work? What's the big prize at the end? It's a profound shift in what a finance team can actually do. The future we're building is an autonomous and predictive finance organization. This slide really says it all. It shows the journey we're on. On one side, you have the past, a finance function that's reactive, always looking in the rearview mirror, buried in manual work. But on the other side, that's the future, a proactive function that enables predictive, forward-looking decisions and runs on highly automated operations. The difference is truly night and day.
Ultimately, it all boils down to this one idea. The future of finance is intelligent. It's automated, it's predictive, and it's strategic. And this isn't just some catchy phrase. This is the new reality that the best organizations are building as we speak.
Which brings us right back to the very beginning. The vision is clear, the path is laid out. The only question left is the one we have to ask ourselves as a leadership team. Are we ready to roll up our sleeves and build our future-ready finance organization?